Hi Jason, hope everyone's okay. I don't know if anyone did that hips and IT bands practice yesterday morning, but I went for a run today, 5k, and I skipped my warm up, which is very naughty, but I didn't have any knee pain, which is amazing. I won't do that all the time. I just I didn't have time today. I ran out of time. I was meeting a friend. Don't recommend never warming up. That's how I got injured. I don't think there's any point wearing my zone. For watching, I'll post a playlist in case you want one, or you feel free to put your own music on. I think everyone's looking forward to yoga today, so we're going to keep it nice and chilled. So make sure that you're comfortable, make sure that you're wearing something comfortable and you're nice and warm wherever you are. If you want any blocks or pillows. I think everyone is either going back to work or maybe is picked up a little bit extra at work, so we're all ready for it. Make sure you can see me. Okay guys, I'm going to start if anyone else is a little bit later, and if for any reason you can't hear me, you can call me or tell me, get someone to call me. All right, we're going to start off seated this evening, so sit wherever you can be comfortable, and if you are at home and you do have pillows, feel free to get your pillow. Or you could sit up on a block. Sometimes that's nice because it just lifts up the hips a little bit, so your hips can be higher than your knees, and your knees can just have a little chance to drop down. So just finding your sit bones and coming into your space. So just whatever you've just been doing, arriving in your yoga space, you might want to have a little gentle rock from side to side or forwards and back. Grind those sit bones down into the floor. Let your spine be tall. Let those shoulders relax. You can do any kind of movement you need to first. Press your hands down on top of the legs, and let's just start by closing our eyes. So just start to focus on your breath. Just start by noticing your inhales and your exhales. Just come and go. Maybe noticing how you're feeling without trying to change that, and just keep that focus on the breath. So just gently letting go of anything that's been going on this week, maybe right before class. And just for now, letting go of any responsibilities you have for the rest of the week, and just let your attention rest on the breath. Anytime the mind wanders, just guide it back. So when you're ready, just take a nice big deep inhale through the nose. And then sigh it out the mouth, let it go. Twice more, nice big deep inhale. Sigh it out the mouth. Final time, nice big deep inhale. And a long easy exhale. Let it all go. Then again, just checking in, noticing how you're feeling. And then really slowly just opening your eyes. Okay, so we're going to do our 3-part breath. Okay, so our Viloma breath. So we have done this before, so it's really good for calming down and relaxing you. All right, so I'll just explain it for anyone that might not have done it with us. I'm just looking at the sky. It's gone so grey. I think there's going to be a big storm. All right, so basically in this practice, we're going to start off nice and relaxed. You can breathe nice and naturally. And then when we start to breathe, we're going to inhale 1/3. So you can think from your seat to your belly button, and then you're going to hold it. And then you're going to inhale again from your belly button up into the ribs, and you're going to hold it or pause. And then again from the ribs up into the chest, and you're going to pause. And then you're going to exhale in one long, complete exhale, and that can be as long as you need. All right, so just remember, you don't want to force this breath. You don't want to hold too long or grip too tight. Let it be nice and natural. You can keep your eyes open, or if you prefer, you can close your eyes. So just rest your hands back down. Sit up nice and tall. It helps if your spine's tall. Your chest is lifted, but your chin can be slightly tucked. Close your eyes or keep them open, and let's just bring our focus back to our breath. So again, just start to watch your inhales. And your exhales, just come and go. On your next exhale, make sure that you exhale fully and completely, and just let yourself completely relax. And then when you inhale, we're going to inhale from our seat to our belly button, and then we're going to hold. And then we're going to go belly button up to ribs, hold, ribs up to chest, hold. And then you're going to exhale in one long, complete breath. And as you exhale, let your whole self relax. Let go of anything that you don't need. We'll begin again. And you can do this at your own pace. I'll do it with you. So you'll start to know how much is good for you with the pause and those little sips of breath. Again, don't let it be forced, and if you need a little rest, take a rest. It will get easier over time. And you can still notice that inhale lifting you up, making space with that breath, taking these sips in. Keep going with it. If your mind wanders, guide it back. As you exhale, fully and completely let your whole body relax. Let's keep going with this. It's amazing for your lungs as well. Keep going, noticing if you feel any different from breathing in this way. Let's go for one more round, but just in your own time. After that last exhale, you can just keep your eyes closed and just let your breath return back to normal, and just notice how that breathing practice has made your whole body feel. And then very slowly, let's open our eyes. Okay, so you can stay on your cushion or your block if you've got one. Let's inhale, stretch our arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, right hand comes off to the side. Keep it soft and easy. Soften the elbow, start to reach this left arm all the way up. Maybe reaching that arm over and letting go of the weight of the head. Maybe staying here. Maybe leaning back to open up. Or maybe rounding down and just letting go of the weight of the head and letting it just be a nice, easy roll around, so we're not trying to get anywhere. Inhale, come up to the middle, over to the left side, left hand down, right arm reaches all the way up and over. Again, breathe in here, maybe leaning back to open up. Or maybe rounding down to let go of the weight of the head. So again, stay in any places that just feel like a nice stretch this evening. Inhale, come up to the middle, and then slowly walk forwards with your hands. So you can lean into your hands for a little bit of support. Let your face relax, let your head relax. This is just time for you just to feel good. So maybe walk yourself over to one side or the other side and rest in any spots that just feel nice. And this will change from day to day, as we know. Slowly crawl yourself back, fingertips face you, just lean into the hands and just start to open up the chest. You can keep this nice and easy. Staying here today. If you do want to lift up a little bit more, you can press into those hands and lift the hips up, but this might feel good. Slowly come back to the center. We're just going to stretch our legs out. So if you are on a block or a pillow, you can take the block away. And we're going to stretch our legs out. Walk your sit bones back, and for this you can keep your knees soft if that feels better. Keep your feet nice and flexed so your legs are active, and again just start to rock a little bit from side to side. So we usually do this at the end of class, but we're going to do it at the start. We might do it at the end too and see if there's a difference. So expect to feel tighter. Walk your hands back, lift the chest. Breathe here, inhale. And as you exhale, let's crawl ourselves forward, soft bend in the knees, and just gently have a little rock from side to side. Let go of the weight of the head. So if it does not feel nice to walk forward, you can walk over to one side, or you can stay upright. Breathe nice and deep, just letting the face relax. Nice, let's come into a twist. So sit up nice and tall, find those sit bones. Right hand comes behind you, left hand comes onto your right thigh. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and as you exhale, let's twist from our belly, chest, head to look over the right shoulder. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. One more time, inhale, tall. This time as you exhale, gently unwind, come over to the middle. Let's bring our left fingertips behind us, right hand to our left knee, tall through the spine, feet flexed. Inhale, sit up tall, and as you exhale, remember we're always going from our belly, the chest, ribs, and then the head. So you don't want to force it. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, tall. This time as you exhale, slowly come back to the center. Let's bring our hands underneath the knees. Just bring the soles of the feet together. You can keep your feet far away. Inhale to lift and open the chest. And as you exhale, walk your hands towards your feet. Then let the head drop down. Relax your shoulders completely. Let your face relax and just hang on down. From here, you can just have a little gentle rock. Noticing your breath, seeing if you can make those exhales longer than your inhales. On your next inhale, let's slowly roll up, and we're going to lean off to the side, and we're going to meet in a child's pose. So however you like your child's pose is good. You could have your knees together, feet together. You might even want to explore some different ways. So sometimes that can feel nice, so your belly's just lying on the thighs. If you want to get into your hips, you might want to take the knees wider, crawling those arms forwards. And just have a little move around. So sometimes it's nice to sway a little bit. So if your forehead just find the floor, you might want to give it a nice nod and a shake. Breathe in here, close the eyes, let your whole body completely relax. So we're just focusing back on your breath. Inhaling nice and full and deep, filling up the whole belly with the breath. And as you exhale, just let your whole body relax. So you're just letting go of everything. Really focusing on the breath. Breathing into the sides of the arms and the back, anywhere that might be feeling a little bit tight. Maybe gently swaying. All right, let's just come into an easy twist. So flip your right hand over, look over the left shoulder, thread it under, look over the left shoulder, and just lay your head down. So once you put your head down, just relax. I think we can get so used to always doing. So you can just let your head relax. You might want to let your eyes close. I like to bring this left arm out to a Y, half a Y. Breathe here again, just letting yourself relax. Breathe into the back and the shoulders. And every time you exhale, just allowing yourself to drop down a little bit further. Very slowly, let's slide that right arm out. Flip the left hand over, look over the right arm. Come to lie on this left side, let your head relax. Maybe bringing this right hand open to the side a little bit and just getting into the back, the shoulders, the sides of the ribs and the waist. Breathing deep into the belly. Gently stretch both arms back out, bring them into a prayer position. So hands come together, forehead drops down. Press into the elbows, send the hands behind the head. And then again, just breathe in here. This might already feel like a big stretch. If you want a little bit more, just crawl those elbows forward, press into them, sending the chest towards the floor. And again, just breathe in here. Inhaling nice and deep into any areas that are feeling stuck or tight. Next time you exhale, just letting yourself relax. On your next exhale, slowly bring your hands down. We're going to bring ourselves up into a nice tabletop position. So come on to all fours. So tabletop position, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, feet nice and flat. Fingers spread as wide as you can. Grip the mat with the hands and just start to have a little move around. So you might want to inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, look up. You might want to press into the hands and look all the way in towards your belly. And then just keep moving with your breath. So every inhale lifts you, noticing how the spine feels. And every exhale turns you in. And then just keep moving, whatever pace feels best to you this evening. It might be that you want to move very slow, or you might have a little bit more energy. So just make it feel good. Maybe having a little glance over one shoulder, dropping the hips the other way, and then the same on the other side. Maybe you're bringing your hips towards your heels. Another nice one is to maybe bring the forearms down and just soften the chest towards the floor. That's a good shoulder stretch. So you might want to drop the head down, breathing into those shoulders that get so tight, especially when we're working or just doing everyday things. The shoulders can get really tight. All right, let's slowly bring ourselves back up onto all fours and move into our first downward dog. So spread those fingers, tuck those toes, lift those hips high, downward dog, elbows soft, knees soft, tails bone reaches to the sky. Look towards your feet and let's start to walk it out. Very gently. Give your head a nice nod, yes, shake, no. Maybe a little gentle sway of the hips, pressing into one hand and the opposite leg. Same on the other side, and just keep it soft. Look towards those hands, make sure they're nice and wide apart. Press the ground away, lift those hips high. Breathe here, soften the knees so the chest can reach towards, the belly can reach towards the thighs, and that spine feels nice and long. Bring your focus back to your breath. On your next inhale, lift your heels high. And as you exhale, soften the heels low. Twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. Inhale here, and as you exhale, let's bring ourselves forward. Nice high plank. So if you're feeling tired, just drop the knees down. You can still open up. Inhale here, and as you exhale, push those hips high back into your downward dog. Inhale here, and as you exhale, roll forwards again, maybe dropping the knees down or keeping those knees lifted, maybe giving yourself a break. And then once again, lift those hips high, downward dog. Inhale here, and as you exhale, this time we'll roll forward again, drop the knees, bend the elbows, come all the way onto your belly, untuck the toes, bring your feet wider than the mat. Let's come into a sphinx. Elbows go underneath the shoulders, fingers spread. Tops of the feet press down, so the legs want to be really heavy. Lower belly presses down, press into those elbows, and just start to lift the chest. So breathe here. Breathe into all the space that gets a little bit tight when we're leaning forward, especially if you're working or anything like that. Whatever you're doing, you might want to look over one shoulder, that's if it doesn't feel tight, the other shoulder. It's also just really good for circulation. So keep broadening the collarbones. If you feel like you could get a little bit more, you might want to take your hands wider, press into the palms of the hands and start to lift the elbows. But if that pinches the lower back, don't do it. Relax the shoulders. And again, you can have a little wiggle around. So maybe over one shoulder, the other shoulder. And as you exhale, gently release. This time we'll sweep our hands by our sides, and you can let your palms face up. So relax everything first, and then as you inhale, we're going to start to lift the chest, feet and hands, lifting up. And as you exhale, just gently release. Bring your hands either side of the chest. Inhale up onto all fours and exhale back into a child's pose just for a couple of breaths. Check back in. Focusing back on your breath, having a little gentle rock from side to side. On your next inhale, let's slowly move back onto all fours and push ourselves back into our downward dog. So just stretch it on out. Look towards your hands and start to take a very slow crawl, one step at a time, all the way up to the top of your space. Let's take our feet as wide as the mat or wider than the hips if you're not on a mat. Bend those knees very deeply and completely let go of the weight of the head. From here, you can just have a little gentle rock from side to side. Letting the head hang down. If you want to grab those opposite elbows and draw the forearms back, just noticing what's going on. You might want to bend into one knee more than the other knee. You might want to nod and shake the head again. You might want to take your arms the other way and notice how that stretch feels. From here, you can relax the hands back down, bring your feet back to hip distance, soften the knees, and inhale, roll yourself up to stand very slowly, one notch at a time. Take a big inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms to the sky. And as you exhale, just bring your hands by your side. Bring your feet to hip distance, ground down to all four corners, give your toes a wiggle, pull your thighs back, pull your belly in, keep your chest lifted, keep your shoulders nice and relaxed, standing up nice and tall. Take your hands to prayer, thumbs to the heart, take a big inhale. And another long exhale, let it go. Inhale, stretch the arms up. And exhale, float yourself all the way over the legs, softening the knees, and just having a little gentle rock. Lean the weight into the right foot, step that left foot back. Low lunge, knee over the ankle, hip sink, chest lifts. And then from here, just having a little move around, getting into your hips, maybe a little bit forwards and back, onto the toes. Flatten that back foot and just breathe here. Let's just start by swaying here just to get into your hips. There's no rush. If you like, you can bring your hands to rest on your right thigh. Let your hips sink forward. So grounding the feet down. Open the chest, relax the shoulders. Inhale, stretch the arms to the sky. Breathe here, nice and open. Inhale here, and as you exhale, gentle twist to the right. Left hand to right knee, right arm wraps behind the back. Shoulders relax, and just take a nice gentle twist. Inhale here, and as you exhale, left hand down, lean into it, spin from the belly, right arm goes high. As you exhale, right hand comes down, left toes tuck, right toes flex, let's crawl on back. So just very gently, just getting into your hamstrings, as usual. So paying attention to what's going on rather than just running on autopilot, so just being curious, noticing how the legs are feeling. Draw yourself all the way back to the front. Let's pick our left knee up. This is going to test your balance. Inhale, come all the way up to a high lunge. Stretch the arms to the sky. And as you exhale, soft bend in the knee. Plant the hands down. Step straight back to downward dog. So again, just move it out. Nod and shake the head. Gentle movement. On your next inhale, look towards the hands. Take a slow crawl, one step at a time. All the way up to the top. Separate the feet, soften the knees, let go all the way to the head. Fold yourself down. On your next inhale, pull yourself all the way up to stand. So one notch at a time. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms. And as you exhale, slowly fold on down, softening the knees, gently letting go of the weight of the head. Lean the weight into the left foot. Let's step our right leg back as far as we can. Knee stacks right over the ankle, hip sink, chest lifts. And then again, just start to have a little rock from side to side. So just noticing first of all how those hips are feeling, how the legs are feeling. Breathing into it, maybe dropping the right knee, untucking the right toes, maybe having a little gentle rock. Let's bring our hands up to rest on our left thigh and just let your hips sink towards the floor. Chest stays nice and open, shoulders stay really heavy, grind the feet down into the floor, take a big inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, open the chest, breathe here. Inhale here, and as you exhale, easy twist to the left, so right hand to left knee, left arm just wraps behind the back. Relax your shoulders and your eyes as you take a nice gentle twist. Inhale here, and as you exhale, right hand comes down, lean into it, take this left arm back, and then up. And as you exhale, left hand comes down, right toes tucked, left toes flexed, crawl yourself on back. And if you don't want to have a move around, sometimes it's nice just to tuck those back toes under so you're getting the benefits of broken toe pose, but you're just moving side to side and just folding over the leg. Again, if anything feels stuck or tight, you're just moving around it, seeing if you can soften and breathe a little bit deeper just to relax any areas that are feeling tight. So pick the right knee up. You might want to step it in a little bit. Push into the feet. Inhale, come all the way up to your high lunge. Stretch the arms to the sky. And as you exhale, soft bending the left knee. Let's step back to our downward dog. So just stretch it on out. Nice and soft. Letting go of the day, having a little gentle move around. Press into the right hand, pick that left hand up. We're going to thread it underneath the body. Hold on to your right calf. Spin to look underneath that right arm. Press into the right arm and really lengthen it. Breathe here. From here, bring the left hand out, pick the right hand up, thread it under. And then hold it onto the left calf. And again, just breathe in here. Nice, bring that right hand out, bend the knees, start to walk your hands towards your feet, crawl it on back, fold over the legs. So sometimes here I like to take my hands behind and you're almost giving yourself a hug, but your knees are nice and soft. Let your head relax. If that doesn't feel good, you can just reach your arms down. Definitely recommend bending the knees a lot. If you already want to get into the wrists, slide those hands underneath the feet so the toes meet the wrist crease. Relax your shoulders and the face and just gently fold on down. Breathe in here. Trying to make those exhales a lot longer than your inhales. On your next exhale, bring your hands out, soften the knees, and again, slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand. One notch at a time. Take a big inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms, and let the exhale slowly fold you all the way back over the legs. Soften the knees, gently let go of the weight of the head. From here, let's crawl ourselves back out to our downward dog. Stretch it on out. So take your time, just walking your hands forward, feet back. Have a little gentle sway. Notice what your breath is up to. On your next inhale, float the right leg high, but keep both knees nice and soft. Look underneath that right arm, and anything you want to do with this right leg, you might want to move it around. Let it be nice and movable, nice and heavy, so no right or wrong way, just keeping it easy. Let's take our right knee to our right shoulder and gently step the right foot outside the right hand, hips sink, chest lifts. And again, just start by moving into those hips, so just gently rocking side to side, face nice and relaxed. Drop the left knee onto the left toes. And again, just swaying here. Maybe bending those elbows so you can bring the chest down. Or maybe you want to come all the way onto your forearms. Again, if some people do have blocks at home, sometimes this is nice just to rest the forehead down and then you can completely relax. Notice if you can soften the eyes and the face. If you want to roll onto the outer edge of the foot, that one can always feel good. Slowly move back onto your hands, lean to the left, spin to the right. So take the right arm back and then take it high, but give yourself lots of space. So instead of feeling restricted, the left hand can come further out and the right arm can come back so you can open up the chest. Nice, gently bring your right hand down, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, turn your right toes out to the side. Just for fun, press into the left hand, sweep the right foot behind the left foot. Lift your hips high for a nice side plank on the left. Inhale here, and as you exhale, roll back into a high plank, bring your knees down, bend the elbows, come all the way onto your belly and just relax. Untuck your toes, hands come wide, lower belly presses down, just start to peel your chest up. So either staying low or coming up a little bit higher, maybe having a little gentle rock from side to side or looking over one shoulder, the other shoulder, getting into the whole spine. Inhale here, and as you exhale, come through all fours, tuck those toes, press into the hands, send those hips high back into your downward dog. So let's just stretch it on out. Finding your breath again, finding your body, having a nice little gentle rock from side to side. On your next inhale, float your left leg high, soften both of your knees, press into the hands, look underneath the left arm. Just let your hips and belly open, and anything you like with this left leg, you might want to do some circles, just to open up the hip. Bring yourself forwards, shoulders over the wrists. Left knee to left shoulder, step it outside the left hand. Let your hips sink, chest lift. And then again, find your breath. Breathe here. So just having a little gentle rock, maybe a little bit forwards and back. Dropping the right knee, untucking the right toes, maybe softening the elbows to bring the chest down. But again, you can keep it moving. If you like, you can come onto your forearms, letting your head rest down. If you do have a block, sometimes that's nice just to rest that forehead on. Notice the quality of your breath. Like, if you're trying so hard that you can't breathe as easy as we could when we do our breath meditation at the start of the class. And if you feel like you can't breathe like that, see if you can soften or find a place where you can breathe like that. So it might just mean backing off a little bit, maybe not trying your hardest, but keeping that breath nice and full and deep. All right, let's bring it into another twist. So you're going to bring your right hand off to the side. I'm going to bring mine a little bit wider. Lean into it. Start to twist to the left. Take this left arm back and then high. So again, rather than feeling restricted, I want you to feel open. So reach this left arm. Breathe here. And again, you can move around. So I might move a little bit differently on this side. Nice. Gently bring your left hand down. Tuck the right toes. Lift the right knee. Turn your left toes out to the side. Reach that left arm up again. Press into the right hand. Sweep the left foot behind the right side plank. Slowly come back to the middle. Drop the knees. Bend the elbows. Let's come back onto our bellies. Untuck the toes. Bring those feet wide. Let's come back into a sphinx. So I keep doing this. It's so good for our lungs and our immunity. So shoulders are over the elbows. If you want to come into seal, you can come into seal. And we're just going to hold it a little bit longer. So just gently rocking. So this is just getting into even stretching underneath the armpits. So you might want to bring your hands wider, pressing the tops of the feet down, opening the chest, broadening the collarbones. And maybe just having a little gentle rock. So you might want to lean to one side or the other side, just getting into underneath the arms. Inhale here, now as you exhale, roll on down. Bring your hands either side of the chest. Push yourself up again, either cobra or upward dog. Make it feel good. And as you exhale, come to all fours. Tuck the toes, press into the hands. Send those hips high. Downward dog. So just stretch it on out. Nod and shake the head. Have a nice little move around. All right, on your next inhale, let's float our right leg high. Downward dog split. And as you exhale, let's bring our knee all the way towards your nose, stepping on through. Separate the feet. Inhale, come all the way to your high lunge, straighten the right leg. And as you exhale, spin the left heel down. Let's open up into a nice, easy warrior two. So take your feet nice and wide. Let your hips sink down. Pressing the right knee away. Let this be a nice hip opener. So As always, you can stay nice and movable, and if you are feeling stressed, you might just want to move the arms around, maybe stretching them up so your hands are at shoulder height, letting yourself just sink on down. On your next inhale, pull the right leg up, reach the arms up, and as you exhale, slowly sink on down. Twice more. Inhale, pulls you up. Exhale, softens. Nice. Let your breath be easy. Inhale, lifts you. And the exhale softens you. Flip your right hand over. Lean back, reverse. Bend the right knee deeper. Right arm reaches up higher. Look towards that right hand. Open up the sides of the lungs there. And as you exhale, just move forward. Right forearm can rest. Left arm can come all the way over. Look up towards the left hand. Inhale, come all the way back up. Should feel good. Reach the right arm back. Pull that right knee up. Reach the right arm up high. And as you exhale, reach your right arm forward. Bring your right hand onto your right leg. Pull the left shoulder back and reach that left arm up high. Breathe here. Again, go to where you can feel like you can breathe the best. If that means bringing your arm up higher and not trying as hard, go for it. Pulling that left shoulder back, but reaching that left arm up high. If you want to get more into the shoulders, if the shoulders are feeling tight, you could wrap the hand behind the back and you're reaching for the right thigh. Just breathe here. Nice. If you're in the wrap, take your left arm back up. Inhale to pull yourself up and then turn your toes in. So bring your feet out nice and wide, toes face in, heels face out, soften the knees, hands come onto your hips. Let's inhale to lift and open the chest. See if you can draw your elbows together. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips and fold down. You can soften the knees. Let go of the weight of the head completely. From here, you might want to keep hold of the hips. You might want to bring the hands down and just notice how the legs are feeling. See if you can relax the face. And this one's really up to you. Sometimes people like to walk their hands out forward, feeling the stretch there. It might be nice to walk yourself over to one foot and just let go of the weight of the head. Or over to the other side. If you find it fun to visit upside down, your hands will walk back, head to the floor, knees come up onto the arms. You can do a bit of an upside down crow. So if that's going to ruin your day, just please skip it. All right, from here, let's get into our legs and hips a little bit deeper. So we have done this one before. You're going to keep your knees soft. Right toes turn out to the side. Use your hands, walk yourself over to the right foot, flex the left foot, sink down. Now, let's use your hands, walk yourself over to the left foot, bend that left knee, hips sink towards the floor. And now keep moving, but save your knees by using the hands. And if you do have sore knees, maybe don't come down as low. Very slowly, keep your breath nice and steady. And you're just crawling around, getting some movement into those hips and the legs. Crawl yourself all the way over to the right leg, right toes turn back to the front, step back, downward dog. Stretch it on out. Notice how the right side might feel a little bit different to the left side. Okay, inhale, float left leg high. Exhale, step it on through. So knee comes up high, gently step it through. Separate the feet. Inhale, come all the way to your high lunge, straighten the left leg. And as you exhale, open up. So warriors two, again, just letting your hips sink down, maybe letting yourself roll around. So again, if your shoulders are relaxed, you might just want to let your arms just drift a little bit so your shoulders can relax, that's fine. And always just making sure you can see that left big toe. All right, on your next inhale, let's pull our arms up, straighten the left leg. And as you exhale, let yourself sink down. So use your breath. That inhale lifts you. And the exhale softens. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Flip that left hand over, reach it up, lean back. Bend that left knee deeper, reach the left arm up higher. And as you exhale, left forearm, left thigh, right arm reaches all the way up and over. Bend a little bit deeper. Reach that left arm, right arm, over. Inhale, come all the way back, warrior two. Flip it over this time, pull that left knee up. And as you exhale, reach your left arm forward. Remember, you don't have to come all the way down. Rest the left hand down, pull the right shoulder back. Right arm reaches high. Ground arm, reach up through the fingertips, maybe wrapping the arm behind the back and reaching for the left thigh. Breathe in here. Inhale, right arm up. Soft bending the left knee, pull yourself all the way up, turn your toes in. All right, we're going to take our hands behind our backs, interlace the fingers, squeeze the palms of the hands together. So you might need to do a little wiggle. Lift your chest to the sky. Inhale, and as you exhale, you can bend the knees, hinge from the hips. You're going to fold down and just let the arms come over with gravity, really. So you don't need to push or force. You can let go of the weight of the head completely. And from here, you can just have a soft wriggle from side to side. Give your head a nice nod and a shake. Every time you exhale, just relaxing down a little bit more. So if your arms don't feel good there, feel free to just let them go and come into anything that feels good to you. So it can be different again on different days. Sometimes this is nice, making that little box and letting your head drop through. Again, you might want to bring yourself over to one foot. Sometimes a twist is nice, so you can hold on to the right leg with the left hand and reach the right arm up, maybe even wrapping it behind the back if you're feeling tense. Take your right arm high, and as you exhale, switch, right hand, left leg. Pull on the leg, spin, left arm reaches high. Again, just having a little explore around. Sometimes it's nice to hold on to opposite heels there. All right, let's inhale, lift our chest. Start to walk your hands over to the left foot. Turn the left toes back to the front. Step back into your downward dog. Let's stretch it on out. Nod and shake the head, have a little gentle rock from side to side. Just breathe in here, having that little check back in. All right, on your next inhale, we're going to take our right leg high, downward dog split. Let's soften the knees, spin to look underneath the arm. Then let's flip it over into wild thing. Right foot comes down, hips lift, chest lifts, reach back through the right fingertips. Right hand comes down. Right leg floats up high. And then let's take it into our pigeon. So right knee to the right side of the mat. The foot sweeps over to the left side of the mat. All right, now let's find a good place for us. So a good place for us is where your knee doesn't hurt. All right, so it might mean that the foot's closer, or it might even mean that you have to roll onto your hip, and that's absolutely fine. So from here, you could have a little roll around, find a comfortable spot. If that feels too easy, you might want to bring your hips so they're square. All right, so keep the right foot flexed if you can. That just helps to protect the knee a little bit. Press into your fingertips and inhale to open up the chest. Breathe here. So you've still got that same grounding through the legs and opening through the chest. And then as you exhale, you can bring yourself, it doesn't have to be forward, it could even be over to one side. You could have a gentle explore, or over to the other side. Maybe bringing those arms forward and making a nice little pillow for yourself to rest on. And once you've found a spot, let's just close our eyes. Refocusing on the breath. Noticing the breath and then seeing if you can breathe a little bit deeper. So as you inhale, imagine you're filling up the whole of your body with that breath. And as you exhale, you're letting go of anything that you do not need. Even if you need to make a sigh, as you exhale, let your face relax, the shoulders relax, let your body just get really heavy. So no need to hold on to anything. Paying close attention to if you are still gritting your teeth. See if you can relax your cheeks, the eyes. Relaxing the head, the neck and the shoulders. Letting your belly relax. All right, let's slowly start to bring ourselves up. Lean to the right. And then bring your right foot up a little bit. Keep the foot flexed. Lean to the right. Let's sweep this left leg around and hold on to the left foot. Sit up tall. So find your sit bones and just start to circle out the hips. So it might be little tiny circles one way and then the other way. It might feel better to do bigger circles. Just explore. You might want to take your foot from side to side a little bit like this to open up. You might want to lift it high and lean back. Another nice one for the hamstrings is to try and not straighten out the leg, but sit up tall, so tall spine, and keep that heel away. You might want to try and take the foot into the elbow crease, and again, just basically just taking it side to side, even if your hand needs to be behind, just to get a little bit deeper into those hips. If you want to go for double pigeon, left ankle, right knee, don't worry if this knee's up here. Flex both feet. And try to make this little, so when you look down, you might have made a triangle. All right, gently rock side to side, get into it's a deep stretch. Let your face relax, let your shoulders relax. Maybe staying here, maybe walking back. That might be a nice place, leaning back and opening the chest. Or you might want to bring yourself forwards, coming onto the fingertips, letting go of the weight of the head. Maybe walking yourself over one side, the other side. Sometimes it's nice, if you have got this, you could come into a twist, so your left elbow presses into that left heel, and you can bring your hands together to look over the right shoulder. Only if it feels nice. If it feels bad, don't do it. All right, we're going to lean to the right, and we're going to sweep this left leg back, and we're going to end up back in our pigeon. All right, so take your time getting there and just notice how your pigeon feels. You might have a little bit more space. You might want to lift the chest and open up this time, or you might want to bring your chest forward. You can go to wherever feels good. Slowly start to peel up, press into the hands, slide that right foot back, move back onto all fours. Let's tuck our toes, press into the hands, send those hips high, downward dog, stretch it on out. Inhale, left leg high, downward dog split, soften the knee, look underneath the arm, flip it over. Left foot comes behind, hips lift, chest lifts, reach back through the left fingertips. Left hand comes down, left leg goes high, downward dog split. And then let's come into our pigeon. So left knee to the left side, foot slides to the right. There's no rush. Keep that left foot flexed, slide that right foot back, let your hips sink down. Remember, just making yourself comfortable first. So if comfortable means that you're just leaning over onto the hip and coming forward, that's absolutely fine. If you want a little bit more of a stretch in the glutes, you might want to bring your hips to square, lifting first, and when you're ready, you can come on down, letting go of the weight of the head, so you might be on your forearms. You might have already made that little pillow with the hands and rested your head on it. Wherever you are, just breathing deep. Inhaling nice and full and deep. Again, just trying to fill up your whole body with that breath. And as you exhale, let it go. Anything that's making you feel stressed or stuck or tight, breathe into it. And with the exhale, let it go. It's helpful sometimes to do a little scan of your body. Sometimes we can hold on to tension and really we don't notice it until we check in and have a little look around, maybe noticing what's going on. On your next inhale, let's slowly start to come up. Lean to the left, flex the left foot, bring that foot up a little bit. Sweep this right leg around, grab hold of the foot and just start to do your little circles. So finding your sit bones so you can sit up nice and tall and just start to do those little circles one way, and then the other way. Nice. If you want to get into your hamstrings, sit up nice and tall, start to straighten out the leg. Of course, it doesn't have to be straight. You could just be kicking that heel away. I forgot to mention on the other side, sometimes there's a nice twist here. So your left hand comes to your right foot, even if your knee's bent. All right, your right hand comes behind you. Inhale, sit up tall, and as you exhale, twist. I like this one, but I forgot to do it on the other side. All right. Slowly come back to the middle and then start to take this knee from side to side. Maybe directing it into that right elbow crease, sorry, left. And sit up nice and tall, having a little gentle rock. Maybe bringing your right ankle onto the left knee and just trying to stack the knees up, making that little triangle, hands walk behind, inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, let's walk ourselves forward. So just letting go of the weight of the head, having a little gentle rock again. Let your face relax, noting how it feels. Might feel nice to come all the way forward. If you liked that twist on the other side, it'd be easier to see from this side. So this right elbow is going into my right foot. And then my hands are coming together and I'm just looking over my shoulder. And breathe in. Slowly come back to the middle. Lean left. Sweep this right leg around. Come back into your pigeon and just notice if it feels a little bit easier, a little bit more spacious. And then again, just breathe in here. On your next inhale, slowly start to lift the chest, bring your hands down, lean to the right, slide that left foot back so you're back in your tabletop position. Take your knees wider than the mat and let your toes touch. Take them a little bit wider again. Hips go to heels, arms walk out in front of you, big hip stretch, groin stretch. So just have a little gentle rock, only come as far back as you can. Remember, if it feels really tight, don't push it. You might want to bring your forearms down so you get a little bit of a shoulder stretch too. Let's slowly start to come up. Bring your knees closer. Press into the hands. Send those hips high downward dog. Stretch it out. Slowly crawl to the top of the mat. Actually, crawl to the middle. Sorry. Bring your feet nice and wide. Let your heels face in and your toes point out. Let the chest lift. We're going to sink into a low squat. Elbows go to your knees. Sit up tall. Don't worry if your heels don't come off the floor. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe here. Bring one hand in front of you, one hand behind you. Come onto your seat. Take your legs wide again. So this time, take your right leg out and bring your left heel in. So it's like you're doing a wide stance, but the knees bent. If this hurts anyone's knees, you could just bring it forward a little bit. All right, let's breathe here. Okay, if it feels good, we're going to take a nice side stretch. So we're going to inhale, stretch up the arms, and as you exhale, bring your right hand down. Spoon from the belly, take this left arm high. Now this, sometimes if you've got tight shoulders, if you strength train, it can feel a little bit tight. So just leaning back. Sometimes it's nice just to wrap that arm behind the back. If you've got a little bit more space, you might want to reach this arm over the ear. Turn towards your right foot and let's fold on down. Let go of the weight of the head. Inhale, come up to the middle. Let's switch out our legs. Left leg out, right leg in. You either stay here or your foot might be here if that feels better than overbending the knee. Inhale, stretch up the arms. And as you exhale, left hand comes down, right arm goes up. So really lean back. The more spaces you want as possible. So it might be that you just stay here, reaching the arm over. Or you might want to wrap the hand behind the back, reaching for that thigh. Breathe in here. Just letting your body fall into this deep side bend. We can often forget the sides that need stretching. We always stretch the chest open and the spine long, but sometimes these sides get really tight. All right, let's stretch our right leg out. Come to where it feels comfortable for your legs. If you want to bring your hips forward a bit, you can. You can walk your hands back and maybe leaning back. That might feel nice. If you want to have a little explore. We did this at the beginning. Notice if you've got more space. after an hour of movement and breathing. So just rest in any places that might feel nice. You might find it nice to walk over to one side and just let go of the weight of the head. Maybe over to the other side. Maybe stretching those arms forward. Let your shoulders relax, face relax. Still inhaling to make space and exhaling to soften. Maybe gently rocking. Slowly walk your hands back up. We're going to make our way over to the wall. So for legs at the wall, presuming everyone's got a wall in the house, or a door, a closed door. All right, so come up to your wall space. Get that bum right next to the wall. Sweep your feet up. So your bum wants to be as close to the wall as you can. All right, lie with your legs up to start. Bring your arms away from the body. Let your palms face up. And your arms can be wherever it feels good. Sometimes this is nice to open up again the underneath bit of the arms and the sides of the ribs. So you might want to be here. You might prefer it here. Or you might prefer watching the rise and fall of your belly. It's really up to you. I'm going to go here. All right, so we're just going to do another hip stretch here. So bring the soles of your feet together and press the knees away. So this one will depend on flexibility. So you might want to bring the heels down. You might want to press on the knees. Or you might just want to breathe here. You can slightly tuck the chin so your neck feels nice and long. You might want to push your tailbone into the floor, pushing the spine into the floor, just grounding down so you can deepen this stretch on the inner thighs. Focus back on your breathing. Those inhales making space and the exhales allowing you to relax. So you might want to switch out the arms, so switching the grip. And then just breathe in here. You might already be closing the eyes. All right, when you're ready, hug your knees in, stretch the legs up, come into regular legs up the wall, bring your arms wide, palms face up. Tuck your chin, rest the back of the head down, let's close our eyes. And no need to focus on the breath now, so just, if it feels good, you could take one nice big deep inhale through the nose. And exhale it out the mouth. And just let your breath return back to normal just for these few final moments, relaxation. So really slowly, if you've got longer, you can feel free to stay here. Just start to breathe a little bit deeper first. Keep those eyes closed. When you're ready, you might want to start to wriggle your fingers and your toes. If you've got another 10 minutes longer, you could stay in legs at the wall, especially if your legs are tired. Start to circle your wrists and your ankles one way, back the other way. All together, just take a deep inhale and just stretch those arms over the head. And as you exhale, let everything relax. Gently bring your knees into your chest, just one at a time. Let your arms wrap around the knees. Give yourself a big hug. Gently rock a little bit from side to side. Roll yourself over onto your right side and just stay on your side just for a little bit longer with your eyes closed. When you're ready, let's slowly bring ourselves up into a seat. No matter where you end up. Sit up tall, feet crossed, eyes closed, hands rest down, and just notice how you feel compared to when you first sat down an hour ago. All right, when you're ready, let's bring our hands into a prayer. Thumbs rest at the heart. Take a nice big deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Twice more. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Final time. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Bow your head. Let the fingers come in between the eyebrows, and then very slowly just begin to open your eyes. Namaste, everyone. Hope you have a lovely rest of the evening. I hope that's relaxed you for the rest of the evening. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7. Friday practice, yoga then hurricane. All right, guys. Bye-bye.